Very good day and welcome to all joining us for this pre-recorded show for the meeting which takes place on Wednesday the 28th of June at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. We are recording on Tuesday for the Wednesday meeting, so take note of final declarations and then keep a close eye on those betting support horses who find money on the day. Right, let's get straight into the first race, 11:25 over 1,000 meters. Being a 9-race program, the exotics will only commence in race number 2. Looking at the first race, number 11, 3 Coins, has been priced up as the anti-post favourite, very well related. She's out of the Dynasty mare Bella Bella. We all remember that grey, winning the Grade 1s and doing exceptionally well, Bella Bella, with Anthony Del Pesh. So number 11, 3 Coins, certainly a horse that you have to take into account, is your 5-2 favourite. Number 3, Cabaret, is at 9-2. The comment from the Justin Snaith team is a speedy type, upset potential if not too green. Number 11, 3 Coins, and number 3, Cabaret, quick filly from the Glenn Cotson team. Number 10, Winter Rainfall. This is a horse who's had one run under the belt, was up there for a while and then just stayed on for a tame 9th, but I believe there's a lot of improvement to come. And then you look at a horse like number 7, De Janeiro from the Pitwater stable, another horse to throw into the mix of things. However, in race number 1, I suggest you watch them in the preliminaries, watch them go down to the start, and watch where the race time money comes in the first race. Let's go on to race number 2. This is over 1,200 meters. It will be the opening leg of the bipot. And having a chat to Graham Hawkins about the card. Race 2, number 12, Snow Pilot, at around 14-10. He makes this one of the better bets on the card, and I have to concur that number 12, Snow Pilot, with the Justin Snaith team, Richard Ferree rides. He's had the 4 runs to date. Last time out, they tried over the 1,400. Unfortunately, it was a long way back turning for home. Really quickened up at the business end of affairs. Scratched is number 1, Oriental Charm, so Snow Pilot. He's going to be a tough nut to crack. The Lancaster Bomber and the Justin Snaith team, they'll be spot on. And Graham Hawkins also mentioned between Justin Snaith and the Crawford team, they've been having a number of winners, Brett Crawford and the Snaiths, so follow their stables very closely. Snow Pilot's penultimate run, the form line is very, very strong. So the 13 and 14-10 about Snow Pilot, one of the better bets on the day and a bipot banker. That'll take us on to race number 3. Race number 3, opening leg of the place accumulator. The distance is 1,600 meters. The favorite, number 9, Harayuku. This is also from the Justin Snaith team. And who else but Richard Ferree? They'll be looking for the quick double. And when I had a chat to Graham Hawkins, these are the 2 better bets on the card. And Harayaku is a son of Danon Platina. And this grey individual has had 2 runs to date. Finished second to Teflon Man on debut, and then 4th to Zil Morris second time out. On this occasion, we'll jump up to 1,600 meters, which could certainly suit right down to the ground. So races 2 and 3, Graham Hawkins, and I agree totally, this could be the play of the day. Try the double races 2 and 3, Richard Ferree and Justin Snaith, because when you look beyond those runners, it gets quite tricky. And the rest of the card gets even more tricky as we go along. Let's head on to race number 4, which is the opening leg of the Pick 6 over 1,400 meters. Number 1, Spring Palace. Number 2, Monumental. And also number 9, My Golly Molly. They all met last time out. And number 9, My Golly Molly, went off at 25-1. Beat Spring Palace and also beat a little bit of a disappointing Monumental, just over 3 lengths on that occasion. So there's not going to be a lot to separate them. Number 9 does go up 3 kilograms in the weights, did carry the 57 last time, so it'll join numbers 1 and 2 in the weights department, and that might just swing the pendulum in the favor of number 1, Spring Palace. But saying that, Graham Hawkins thought the value could be number 5, Zil Morris, the Fire Away, and this is the horse who could show the most improvement. Although beaten by Spring Palace in the second run and in second to Monumental, maybe a horse who just needed a bit more time. At the fourth time of asking, came through to beat Coastal Commander, and Graham Hawkins thought number 5, Zil Morris, at a better price, could just be the value in race number 4. That'll take us on to race number 5. In race number 5, they'll do battle over 1,400 meters. Number 2, Kimberley O'Hara, probably sets the standard, along with number 3, Inside Story. And Graham Hawkins was mentioning the Justin Snaith and the Brett Crawford stable. They had, I think, 3 and 4 winners the other day each, so they'll be looking to capitalize and take home as much stake money as possible. Number 2, Kimberley O'Hara. Look at that merit rating. It's come down from a 90 to a 72. So this is a merit rating dropper, and a horse who last time out, a little bit unlucky, not too far off in the prior runs. Big runner number 2, Kimberley O'Hara. Graham Hawkins thought number 1, Like the Clappers, the year-older son of Pomodoro with the 1 draw and the 57 kilograms on the back. He thought that might just be the value of the 2 horses, numbers 1 and 2. So Graham Hawkins likes number 1, Like the Clappers. He thought this will run an absolute cracker of a race. Last time 5th, just under 3 lengths behind Fly to Rio, and then second to Slurricane in the penultimate run. Looking at the rest of the field, number 5, Paper Trail. Now here's a horse who, if he decides to run on the day, he could certainly blow a field of this nature away. And number 3, Inside Story, has the form to be very, very competitive. So all in all, race number 5, not cut and dried. Number 2, Kimberley O'Hara. Richard Therese elected to ride this. Graham Hawkins likes number 1, Like the Clappers, and we both thought that number 5, Paper Trail, if he decides to run on the day, he could end up in the number 1 box. Let's move on to race number 6, where this is over 1,000 meters, very open affair. Let me give you Graham Hawkins' selections here. He thought number 1, Persistence, would be a big runner and could represent some value. Looking at the wet form, has won in the wet and placed in the wet. So you've got to go number 1, Persistence, every opportunity. And he also liked a bit of number 5, Mr. Frosty. If you look at the wet form, 9 runs for a win, a second, and 4 thirds. This is a horse who's also come down in the merit rating system and could be involved, although this is a C stakes for all horses. And if you look at the best weighted column, number 5, Mr. Frosty, doesn't quite fit the bill there, but in this type of field could certainly run a big race. Number 3, Easy Money, the 2-year-old. This could be the improver in the pack. And then when you look beyond those, number 8, Final Move, comes into the picture. Let's go on to race number 7. 1,600 meters is the trip. Number 3, Metar, gets the blinkers on. The blinkers go on, and when I had a chat to Graham Hawkins, he thought this is 2 ways you can go. Either banker number 3, Metar, or you got to go the field. So he quite liked number 3, Metar, and why not? If you look at the form, the wet form, 4 runs for a win, a second, and a 4th. And if you look at the course, he's got a victory at the course, and that was a course and distance win. The blinkers might be able to seal the deal for number 3, Metar. When you look beyond those, I'd throw number 1, Island Treasure, along with number 11, Alfred's Girl, and then number 8, Strawberry Light, if you are looking to go a little bit larger. Even a horse like number 7, Treasure Hunt, must have a say. But Graham did say you take your chances. You either banker number 3, Metar. He quite likes this Daughter of Soft Falling Rain, and probably going to take a chance, and Graham's going to banker number 3, Metar. And he mentioned if you don't, then you've got to go just about the field in race number 7. Let's skip along to race number 8, which is over 1,950 meters. Number 1, To the Moon and Back. This horse achieved the highest rating of a 90, so by far the highest rating achiever, but still a one-time winner. So that elusive second victory 406 days ago. He's going to be looking to turn it around. He's racing off a 75-year. And just looking at the best weighted column, he's not best weighted here. Number 2, Mothership, from number 8, Fella and Cora, and then the likes of number 4, Sunlit from Heaven. So the structuring of the race doesn't really suit number 1, To the Moon and Back, but if you look at his best merit rates it achieved, it would throw him into the mix. Number 2, Mothership. I think that's a horse that Graham Hawkins said must be thrown into everything from the Stewart stable, and a horse who should be quite fit coming into this race. We heard Milnerton was underwater, so the other training centres might just have that slight edge on the other horses, and that's where you have the likes of Justin Snaith, the Crawford team, and 1 or 2 others. And Mothership from the Stewart stable could be a horse to factor into all the equations. Doubling up number 7, Graham also liked a bit of this, Son of Twice Over. He's been that type of horse who's shown glimpses of ability, and the day he decides to put it together, he's probably going to find that second victory, and who knows, it could be on the race day. Of the balance of the field, number 9, Legal Chit Chat. And this is a horse who did win the penultimate run and then ran third to Future Turn last time out. And this William Longsword will be looking to run another big race. That'll take us on to the 9th and final event. This will be run over 1,800 meters. The Hollywoodbets Bright Future Cape B Stakes. Number 2, Royal Watch. Number 8, Mucha Dinero, along with number 3, Quarter Main. They're the best weighted. You can scratch number 1, Salukwe, at the early time of recording. And then number 7, Inamamore, comes into the equation. Now, when I had a chat to Graham Hawkins, he mentioned number 8, Mucha Dinero, after the gelding. His comeback run was a fair effort, went 4.5 lengths behind Scalini. He was making steady headway over the 1,400, and he's going to absolutely love going back to his favorite distance. Both his wins have come over the 1,800-meter trip, and Richard Fourie could be on the right one. Saying that, number 5, Night Rulers, coming off 2 second placings, also from the Justin Snaith team, a horse who shoulders the 60 kilograms, whereas Mucha Dinero has 55.5 on the back. And then number 2, Royal Watch, a horse who won beating Steinbach and also Night Ruler, and has followed up with 2 consistent third runs after that. JP van der Merwe knows him exceptionally well, so he is definitely a horse worth throwing into the picture. So that's a quick wrap for the Hollywoodbets Kenilworth meeting in Cape Town, and just having a chat to Graham Hawkins. It's a very, very tricky card, so perhaps looking for race 2, number 12, Snow Pilot, onto race 3, number 9, Harayaku. That could be the play of the day, maybe the double for the day, and hopefully the horses run as fast as they can.